This is the Silky Bantam chicken. It has all black skin, blue earlobes, fluffy hair, and most of them make some of the best pets you can have. It's a gentle bird that you can keep as a pet, lays a lot of beautiful white eggs, and like most of these exotic birds, the Silky Bantam can actually sit on eggs, hatch, and take care of its chicks on its own. So it's one bird that requires a small space to keep, and you can add it to your farm for its uniqueness, its beauty. And if you love eating eggs like me, you'll now get original eggs from your own chickens. So, welcome to Nyakwar Sana farm. My name is Samora Machel Mwamba, the CEO and founder of Nyakwar Sana farm. We are a mixed farm that deals with a wide variety of birds and animals. And for the sake of this interview, we will zero in on the ornamental birds. That is something new I'm trying to introduce to these sides of the lake so that people can embrace them. It's a smart way of farming. They are expensive birds that require little resources or little space to maintain, but the yield is high, as most of them are exotic, beautiful birds that some might have never seen before. After keeping the improved kienyeji for a while, you know, when we began, a few people had the improved kienyeji, but later on the market was flooded, and almost every homestead you go to, you will find these improved kienyeji. So I realized as a farm, you need to stay one step ahead. So most of these exotic birds, apart from their beauty, they have added advantages to the normal, the local ones. So when I went to the last Nairobi agricultural show, I saw birds that I had never seen before in my life. And I was amazed, and I decided, well, I need to have some of these. When I fell in love with the exotic birds, the first bird that I bought were two birds. I bought the fantail pigeon and I bought the jumbo Peking ducks. The reason why I bought the jumbo Peking ducks is because they according to the breeder, these jumbo Peking ducks grew very fast, unlike the normal Muscovy kienyeji ducks. Jumbo Peking ducks take 3 months to mature. The normal Muscovy ducks takes 6 to 7 months to mature. And the Jumbo Peking duck is much bigger than the Muscovy duck. It's almost the size of geese. Also, the fantail pigeons, due to their shape, the fan-shaped tail, the bigger size, then they require a very small box to keep. Unlike our kienyeji local pigeons that have to fly around during the day, these ones can be kept in 4 by 4 by 4 feet cages, and they will breed properly. And the pricing was also amazing. The normal pigeons we sell at 150 shillings. Fantail pigeons go for between 5 to 10,000 shillings per bird. Meaning to own a pair of these pigeons will need at least 10,000 shillings or more, depending on the breed. Because for the fantail pigeons, we also have different breeds, American, Indian. So those were the first birds that I fell in love with. And due to the fact that they were unique, everyone who came to my farm used to want to have them. So for a long time, I actually couldn't increase the numbers, because when they hatch, the squabs are sold before they reach 4 months old. Someone takes them, and that is a good business, because if you can keep birds that you don't have to take to the market, people will buy at your place. That is an increased advantage. Yeah, the jumbo Pekins were also amazing, because people are becoming more and more self-conscious about what they eat. So right now I have people who require ducks more than cuckoos. And with the ducks that mature at 3 months, you get that I now sell more ducks than previously, when I used to have the Muscovy ducks that take 6 to 7 months or 8 months to reach proper size. A mature jumbo Pekin costs 4,000 to 4,500 each. A mature Muscovy Dray Camel one fetches a maximum of 1,500 shillings. And here locally, most of these kienyeji ducks go for just between 500 to 1,000 shillings. vis-a-vis the jumbo Pekins that I sell at 1,500 when they are a month old and 4,500 when they are mature. And the another advantage of these jumbo Pekin ducks is that most of them don't go broody. So they lay more eggs than the normal Muscovy ducks. So what we do is you pick the eggs, you use either a pure kienyeji chicken to hatch, or when there are many, I fire them up in my incubator. So it's more advantageous because in a year, a jumbo Pekin duck will lay between 300 to maybe 350 eggs. A Muscovy in a year will lay not more than 90 eggs. After the fantail pigeons and the jumbo Pekins, I decided to add more varieties. So right now at the farm we have Rowens, we have Welsh Harlequin, we have Indian runners, and in the chicken side I also increased my variety. Right now we have Polish Bantams, Pekin Bantams, Booted Bantams, Silky Bantams, and the beauty of these birds again is just the ease of management. The space required is small. They eat small portions of food, and they are great layers. Like for the booted bantams, a single booted bantam can lay up to 45 eggs before going brood, and the egg is just the normal size. Another advantage of the exotic chickens, the bantams, is the price range, the uniqueness. The cheapest booted bantam, the cheapest bantam chicken in my farm costs 3,500 shillings, and the most expensive one costs 15,000 shillings each. Now if you compare these, they mature the same time with the kienyeji chickens, but if I sell one bantam chicken, you will need to sell at least 8 or 10 kienyeji chickens to match up the price of the bantam chicken. So I urge more farmers to keep more and more of these birds. And also people who love to eat eggs, you can just keep them specifically for eggs production because they are great layers. One thing you will notice in my farm is that all these different types of birds are kept separately. The reason why I'm doing this is I'm trying to avoid crossbreeding as much as possible to keep each breed pure, because each breed has its own uniqueness. Like right now, what's happening with the improved kienyeji and the indigenous kienyeji, most people are using these improved kienyeji roosters to cross their indigenous kienyeji chickens, forgetting that as they improve the size of the kienyeji chicken, they are going to lose what makes the indigenous kienyeji chicken unique. They will lose the ability to brood and take care of their own chicks. So we will end up in the next maybe 5 to 10 years, we'll have chicken that just lays eggs and they walk away. So what will happen is every home will need to have either an incubator, every home will need to have a brooding room, because they will just be laying eggs and you find your own ways of hatching. Yet our beautiful indigenous kienyeji can lay eggs, sit on the eggs, hatch, take care of the chicks on its own, with you just supplementing feeding and providing a safe homestead. So if you are going to do poultry, you will have to build a lot of different small cages for every breed that you have. And in this way you'll make more money, because as many people are crossing them, many people are now looking for the pure breeds. Like right now, even if you go to our local market, finding that original indigenous kienyeji is very difficult. Most people don't even know the type of breed of the chicken they have. So if you have the pure breeding ones, you will be much better and at an advantageous position when people will be looking for them. Schooling I did in Moi University main campus courses. I'm an IT professional, but I loved birds from way back. So it started as a passion, then later turned into a business. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and so far it has been good. When we began, there were several challenges, just like in any other business. But as you keep doing it, you learn, you know what to overcome, what to do and what not to do. And slowly like that, I got to a point where right now, I can say I'm a professional at this. And currently, I'm studying animal management. so that I can now have papers to back up the knowledge I've gathered. Papers to back up the knowledge I've garnered over the years doing this. What I realized with the poultry farming, you have to be very, very observant. The color of the poop, any sign you see in a chicken can tell you whether chicken is healthy or a chicken is becoming sick. And if you don't intervene at the right time, you will end up getting losses. Right now, to cut the cost of production, I make my own growers mash and layers mash. The only feeds I buy as commercial feeds is the chick mash, because the formulation needs a lot of tiny different nutrients that you have to buy in bulk in order to save cost. And so I considered it a little bit expensive making my own chick mash. But making growers mash and layers mash is quite simple, because I grow yellow maize, I grow soya, so I buy just a few additives. We have a small miller that we use to mill. Then we also have a small mixer, a manually made mixer that we designed, that we use to mix the different ingredients to get the type of feed you found me feeding the birds in the morning. So that has saved me a lot, because feeds covers almost 70% of poultry production. The rest is vaccinations, medications, and daily management. But feeds is the bigger cost, because if they don't eat well, they don't grow well. When they don't grow well, they delay to mature, so you end up spending more than what you will make when you market the birds. Because for improved kienyeji, the jogos are supposed to go to the market at 3.5 months, the hens at 4 months. But if you don't feed them well, you will end up selling them at maybe 6 months, which will mean that they will have eaten more into your pocket and you won't get the required profit you're supposed to get. And that's why you see many people running away from the improved kienyeji. Another thing we realize is that with improved kienyeji, most companies give people feeding programs that has specific grams that you're supposed to give birds per day. I urge all farmers to stick to that, because these chicken are gluttons. They don't get satisfied. They will eat as much as possible. So you give them just the required amount for a day, and you'll find that you will spend a little less on the feeding program, and they will still grow well. Because most farmers end up overfeeding them, and they take the bulk of your money, and when you price them for the market, you realize that you're not making any profit, and people quit. That's why you can go to homesteads and find chicken houses with no chickens around.